I want to invite you to dive with me into Psalm 91. To dive. It's not only scratch the surface. It's to really dive in. Because most people, despite knowing this psalm well, even by heart, have never dived into its meaning of this psalm. So I invite you to do this with me from today. We will start to understand what is behind this psalm, and I am certain that at the end of this meditation, this study, after considering all these words, we'll come out of it stronger and more rich by faith and more confident. So if you want your faith to be strengthened, come with me every day at the meditation of Psalm 91. Well, Psalm 91 is traditionally known as a Psalm of David. Some say it was Moses, but it's more likely that it was David who wrote Psalm 91, which is also known as the Soldier's Psalm. Did you know that? Why it is known as the Soldier's Psalm? In the past, in great wars, soldiers used to recite this Psalm 91. Until today you see this in films, in movies. And this is no poetry or just make-up story. Soldiers used to go to war and carry a copy of the psalm in their uniform, in their pocket, or recite it by heart as they were going for the battle. Why the soldier's psalm? Because it is a psalm of protection. It's a psalm of security, of power, which exalts the power of God and the guarantee of those who are protected in this shelter of the Most High, which is mentioned right at the start of the psalm. So the psalm that is known as the soldier's psalm, the psalm of protection, it has three voices. We won't dive into these three voices, but there are three voices that speak in this psalm. And it begins with the psalmist's voice. And he starts saying like this: He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Let's focus here on these words. The first word, the first verb of the psalm is dwell. Note that the entire rest of the psalm depends on this verb. There is no point in reciting 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, and it shall not come near you. There's no point on you reciting the promises of the psalm without looking at the condition for the promises to be fulfilled, which is right at the start. And the condition is to dwell in the secret place of the Most High. And many people make this mistake. It's not only on Psalm 91. Usually, those with a shallow knowledge of the scriptures and a distant, fragile relationship with God tend to focus on the promises and the good parts per se, the attractive parts of the Bible. But they forget no passage in the Bible exists isolated from the rest, out of context. The Bible is whole, is one single thought, is one single word. So usually, the person focuses, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. They focus on this, but they don't ask themselves, Who will this happen to? If there's a condition, what it is for this to happen? Usually people don't ask this. It is the same thing that happens with Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The emphasis is on I shall not want. Then they place on their t-shirts, on the walls of their house, in the bumper of their cars. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. They put on bold letters, I shall not want, but they forget that the condition for I shall not want is that the Lord be their shepherd, so that you may listen to his voice, that you may be part of his flock. And then you guarantee that you want nothing. But if you're not his sheep, you're not of his flock, what's the point of you reciting Psalm 23? What's the point of you saying, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, if you don't dwell in the secret place of the Most High? The words of God are filled with promises, and for every promise there's a condition to be fulfilled. So note that he does not say, he who visits the secret place of the Most High, or the one who passes by the secret place of the Most High. The one who visits from time to time the secret place of the Most High. The one who runs in time of danger to the secret place. No, he speaks about the one who dwells in the secret place of the Most High. So to dwell in it is for you to make a decision in life, whether you are in danger or not, whether you are in good times or bad, whether you are under blue sky or a storm. You have decided in your life to dwell in the presence of God, which is the secret place of the Most High, to dwell with him. The decision to live somewhere, you who moved houses or cities, maybe states or even countries, you know that the decision to move from the places you live is not a decision that you make lightly, a decision that you decide on the spot. No, you consider, you think, because there you will live every day, most probably many years of your life. You choose the best place to live. And if you can choose, you always choose the best place for you in every sense of the word best. So the decision to dwell in the secret place of the Most High involves you leaving the home you currently live in. No one's born already living in the secret place, the shelter of the Most High, unless their parents are already in the shelter of the Most High. And as long as the children are under the protection of the parents, then they are in the shelter of the Most High. But it's needed when the person starts to understand what is good and bad and to make their own decisions. It's important that they may decide to live in the shelter of the Most High. Today, most people understand as a prison. There are some who think that the shelter of the Most High is a prison. That's why we have many people who were brought up in the church. The parents brought them when they were children to church, and they say, I don't want anything to do with church anymore. It's very boring. I want to know what it's like out there, outside the shelter of the Most High. So people associated, and they do this until today, the shelter of the Most High with a prison. I won't be able to do this or that, and I don't want it. As a child who rebels against the parent because the parent impedes them on going out to a party, 2 a.m., 3 o'clock in the morning, and the parents say, listen, at this time you must be back at home. And the son, the child, says, everybody will go, the parents of my friends allow them, and then the child deceives the father, the mother, and they jump the window to go to party, And you who are a parent, you know, it comes a time that you cannot hold your child in the house. The house is boring. They want to go out. They want to know the world. And it doesn't matter how many times you told them, you warned them, a place like this is not good for you, my child. They want to learn. They want to go around the Prince of Darkness's valley instead of remaining in the shelter of the Most High. They want to go to the valley, the open field of the Prince of Darkness. They want to know how he is in there. And from there, many don't return. Am I right? Or when they come back to the shelter of the Most High, they come back dragging themselves, saying, I should have never left the house of my father. Yes, they were stubborn and they left. Conclusion. All the promises in Psalm 91 are for those who have decided to dwell in the shelter of the Most High, saying, this is my place, this is where I will dwell, God is my family, my friend, my protector, my supplier. I have everything I need here. There's no life outside the shelter of the Most High. For these ones, the promises are available in the 16 verses of Psalm 91, that we will dive into them in the upcoming days. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.